Hey everybody, and welcome to a new thing on the channel. This is Across the Grooves. It's a kind of interactive novel kind of thing where we make choices for this lady here called Alice, and as we do that, her future changes. Or it could be her past, because I think there's some kind of going back in time kind of thing going on. I don't know. Let's just get started. And there's a whole musical element as well. See? I told you. Across the Grooves is an interactive graphic novel. During your adventure, you'll be asked to make choices that will define how your story progresses. When one of your decisions influences the personality of the main character, one or two symbols light up on the top of the screen. The spiral, the lightning, the flower, or the skull. And Across the Grooves, some of the scenes are sung. When that's the case, the lyrics will be displayed in special dialogue bubbles, like this one. Of course, you can keep on reading at your own rhythm, but if you want to hear the full song, you'll have to adjust your reading speed to the rhythm of the lyrics. Okay. And Across the Grooves, your progress is saved automatically. You won't be able to change the decisions you've made. However, the sum of your choices always leads to different scenarios. It's impossible to lose in Across the Grooves. Choose wisely. Alice, says someone named Jean-Baptiste. The interphone buzzes again as I'm putting on my blouse. Alice, can you get that please? This time in the morning it's probably a delivery. I wonder what Jean-Baptiste has ordered this time. Answer or send him. I'll answer. Sure. I quickly finish dressing and hurry to the interphone. The delivery man, who I thank for his patience, tells me in a toneless voice that yes, there is a package for me. A few minutes later, I'm back in my flat. I've made myself a coffee, and with a sense of foreboding, I look at the flat square package which dominates the kitchen table. Jean-Baptiste comes into the kitchen, absently buttoning his shirt. He jerks his head towards the package and peers at me. What's that? I think it's a record. A vinyl? The shape of the package is so distinctive that my guess is almost a certainty, and the handwriting leaves me no possible doubt. I recognize the hesitant, disjointed handwriting of Ulysses, the record store owner with whom I shared several years of my life before I met Jean-Baptiste a little over 3 years ago. I had no news from Ulysses since the night we split up. Getting a package from him is unexpected, to say the least. Jean-Baptiste gives me a quizzical stare. Tell him the truth, make something up. I mean, we'll go with the truth. No sense in denying things. I think it was Ulysses who sent it to me. Your ex? Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are. I swear I haven't been in contact with him at all since we broke up. Jean-Baptiste moves closer and strokes his fingers gently through my hair. You should open it. Maybe there's a note, an explanation. He was part of your life for a long time, and you were a part of his. I guess if he's decided to contact you now, it's something important. Good for you, Jean-Baptiste. Good for you being open about this and not a jerk. You're right. I've got to run. My father has some big Chinese clients coming to the castle. Your father has a castle? At lunchtime, I have to organize the meeting with the cellar master. He plants a quick kiss on my lips. Oh, Jean-Baptiste. Shall we meet up at the brasserie this evening? I might finish late. I remember that we've planned dinner this evening with my brother and my sister-in-law. Yes, okay, let's meet there. It's easier. I wait, listening to his footsteps go down the stairs and fade before I return to the kitchen and open the package. I need a little privacy to deal with the intrusion of this ghost from my past. I grab a large chef's knife from the worktop and slide it along the fold, cleanly slicing the seal of brown packing tape. Inside there's a record. A 45, a 7-inch, as the English call them. It's protected by a new sleeve, white card, without anything written on it that could give me idea what's actually pressed into the grooves. What is that? Oh, you're telling me about white label? English term for describing the test pressing of a vinyl record made for quality checking before large-scale production. Knowing Ulysses' passion for rare records is probably a white label. Alright, so we read that a little out of order. A test pressing sent to the company, record company, by the factory to check the track order and the general sound quality before mass producing the record. I carefully slide the record out of his jacket. There was no label in the middle to tell me more of its contents. What I suppose to be the A side is cut into a single piece, which leaves one to suppose that it's a 45. As for the B side, it's bare of any grooves. The black, shiny surface of the record seems to reflect my confusion back at me. Why? And particularly, why now? It's been more than 3 years since Ulysses vanished from my life. 3 years without a word. What could have driven him to send me a record now, without the least explanation? I checked the clock on the wall above the door. I still have 15 minutes before I need to leave for the office, which leaves me plenty of time to listen to the record, which can't last for more than about 5 minutes. Maybe 7, 8 maximum. I pick up the packaging and put it in the wastebasket, and take a moment to inspect it again. Checking there's no note or anything hidden in a fold. Nothing. And no return address either. The postmark tells me the parcel was posted from Paris, the 10th arrondissement. I take the record and hesitate again. Do I really want to revisit the past now before work? Or would it be better to wait until this evening? Let's listen to it now. I decide not. This can't wait. In any case, if I don't listen to the record now, I won't be able to think of anything else all day. I go into the living room. The hi-fi has been relegated to a corner of the room behind the couch. As I lift the cover of the turntable, dust floats up into the room. Jean-Baptiste prefers the background noise of a TV, so naturally, I've stopped listening to music since we moved in together. Sounds like maybe you and Jean-Baptiste aren't, exactly compatible. I plug in my headphones and put them over my ears.
The night is upon me. A dark alley of cobblestone, glittering in the drizzling rain. I take the last turn on my cigarette. A door opens, a door opens. One pulls out through a crack. A distant drum beat rolls louder. A thunderstorm. You look at me, inviting me in.
Of course we follow. I follow you inside.
I follow you inside. To draws my pain, to draws my pain. In this sea of others, together, but in love. You're tearing me apart. I'm shrinking. You're the one who was distant. But it's
Still together, already apart. Let's go for already apart.
already apart. Even in your presence,
Let's see. Turns and gazes at me sadly. Alright, so yeah, we've kind of went back in time, sort of, but not really. Like we're reliving a past, or he could have been past. I remember this evening perfectly. This is the day I met Jean-Baptiste. And this is the day Ulysses and I said goodbye. We'd broken up a week earlier, but we had tickets for this concert. I told myself I didn't want to miss out, that I could handle it, the two of us sharing the same space for just a couple of hours. Big mistake. I hadn't anticipated the wrench I would feel in my heart when I saw him. Yes? I just came to see if you were okay. I'm... Sorry? Yeah, I'm sorry too. Ulysses lowers his eyes, remorseful. I'm going to go. No, I mean, you don't gotta leave. This was a bad idea. I shouldn't have come here tonight. No. We made an arrangement. It's not a bad idea. You don't have to go. He goes to the door. He goes out of the door and moves away. For a moment, I falter. Perhaps I should let him go, as he does in my memory. Ah, so in our memory, we do let him go. I should push my way to the bar, order a double whiskey, and let Jean-Baptiste buy it for me, and then go for coffee with him a few days later. Ulysses. We didn't do that. We changed time. He stops and looks at me, startled. In a few strides, I catch up with him. What a strange dream. Why did you send me a record? A record? I didn't send you any record. Yes, you did. It arrived this morning? No, your sense of time is all messed up, Alice. White sleeve, no label. Does that ring a bell? Ulysses looks terrified. You weren't supposed to listen to it. What do you mean I wasn't supposed to listen to it? You sent it to me. Listen, Alice. You have to go back to the bar. You have to do everything like the first time, like in your memory. There may still be time to avoid disaster. What disaster? No, I don't want to let you go this time. But what disaster, though? What disaster? Ulysses, please tell me. I need to understand. Everything I've done, did it for you. Trust me, Alice, I promise you don't want to know more. But now I do? Now I have to know more? Around us, the world is beginning to break apart. It's too late. Hear the rhythm far away. It rushes towards me like a galloping horse. I'm engulfed by the music once more.
you're tearing me apart. I'm shrinking, you're the one who grows this sad. But it's me who's shrinking. I'm becoming someone else in your absence. Breathing in, breathing out. The variations of me, I tear myself apart. I'm shrinking, I stretch my wings out. I'm someone else, and then I myself again.
So we saw a screen there with like 3 different Alices, like 3 different people we could have become, I guess. Chapter 1. Looks like there's 6 chapters. Bordeaux. I stay where I am, sat by the record player, the stylus circling the central groove, and an unceasing hiss in my ears. Did I fall asleep? What happened? I take off the headphones, then replace the tone arm on its rest. I try to get my thoughts in order. I haven't thought of Ulysses in months. I never understood why we broke up. Our relationship worked. Little by little, Ulysses became distant. I threw myself into my studies. I probably neglected him. Our twin orbits diverged. And one day, he was gone from my life. Should I have fought? Should I have tried to save what we built together? Would it have changed anything? I met Jean-Baptiste. He was charming. It was easy. Then I learned from Mark that Ulysses had left Bordeaux. Life went on. I finished my studies. I found a job in a bank. I moved in together, Jean-Baptiste and I. We quickly settled into a routine. Weeks, months, years passed without me really noticing. Is this truly happiness? Or is it only a comfortable status quo that I've never had the courage to challenge? I have a strange sensation, as if I'd suddenly woken from a long sleep, a sleep that lasted for years. I check the time, 9:35. I'm going to be late if I don't leave right now. I put on my coat and set off on the short walk between the apartment and the branch office of the bank where I work. I go into the bank, I say hi to Martine on the counter, and then I shut myself in my office. I have a stack of files to deal with, but I can't concentrate. I stop at the apartment after work to take a shower and change. Then I hop on the tram to join Marie, Robin, and Jean-Baptiste at the restaurant. I open the door of the brasserie and plunge into the warm fugue. Fug? Let's go fug. The hubbub punctuated by the gurgle of the espresso machine. Jean-Baptiste loves this place. It's just under his old apartment. Plus Marie and Robin don't live far away. They've just had a baby, and in the evening out from time to time, it's like a breath of fresh air to them. I pass the bar and say hi to Michel, the owner. He seems surprised to see me, but before I can kiss him hello, he's called away for an order from the other side of the counter. At the end of the room, Robin is waving to me. I sit down opposite him. At the end of the table, there's a pram. Marie's gone out to take a phone call. Is everything alright? Oh yes, I'm guessing it's more problems with the christening. If I had any idea what kind of nightmare it was going to be, I'd never have let the priest get his claws into my progeny's spiritual life. Nice to maintain their traditions. It's pointless, but it makes Marie happy. Let's say nice things about the traditions. It's important to Marie's parents. And it's a great tradition, isn't it? You don't get many opportunities to get all the family and friends together for a big party. I really get the feeling that people are getting more worked up about this than they do about weddings. And yet, you're not married, so we couldn't really say that you've got a reliable point of reference. Alright, we know that our sister and her man aren't married. Robin laughs. That's true, but I promise you I'm immune after all this nonsense. I lean over the pram. The baby is fast asleep. And how's my favorite little niece? You can see she enjoys the hustle and bustle, just like her auntie. I feel a hand on my shoulder. It's Marie. She's back, phone in hand. We hug. Sorry, had to take a call for work. You'd think they'd just been leaving all the files on my desk for me to deal with after my maternity leave. So, how's things with you? I got this record from Ulysses. Speak about the record, say everything's fine. No, I got this weird record. Well, you're not going to believe this, but I got a package from Ulysses this morning. Ulysses, your ex? Himself. That's surprising, isn't it? You broke up, what, 3 years ago? What was in the package? A record. A vinyl. That's all? No note? Nothing? Just the record without any explanation. Yes, I remember. The record store guy, right? I don't know why you guys broke up. He was really cool. Marie glares at Robin, who buries himself back in the wine list. So Marie does not appreciate us trying to put a wedge, or does not appreciate Robin trying to put a wedge between us and Jean-Baptiste. So, no note, nothing. It's odd, isn't it? Yeah. What was on the record? Did you listen to it? Yeah, a 45. No label, no idea of the artist or the group. I try to remember the music itself, but I can't seem to recall the melody. It sounded kind of psychedelic, probably from the 60s. A whole load of memories came flooding back when I listened to it. It was really weird. I really felt like I was actually reliving the past, the night when Ulysses and I broke up. Still a little out of order for him. No news for years, and he sends you a record now without any explanation. So anyways, what are you going to do? I don't know. I'm going to investigate. I'm definitely going to investigate. I really need to find out what's going on. If Ulysses decided to send me a record after 3 years of radio silence, it must be important to him. I think I'll start by going round to his record store tomorrow, on the way back from the office. I thought Ulysses had left Bordeaux. He did, but I think that Mark, his former partner, is the most likely person to know what's happened to him. Marie nods. Good thinking. Listen, I don't want to hurry you, but can we order? So we can get home before the next feed? Ah, I was like, what feed? You mean the feeding the baby, of course. Aren't we going to wait for Jean-Baptiste? Marie and Robin look at me bemused. Jean-Baptiste? Oh, time has already changed. There is no Jean-Baptiste. Yes, he was seeing some Chinese customers today, but he shouldn't be much longer. Alice, who's this Jean-Baptiste? I don't know what to say. How can they not know who Jean-Baptiste is? Jean-Baptiste, my boyfriend, you know? We had dinner with you quite a few times. We even spent a weekend together this summer on the bay. Don't you remember? Marie looks worried. Robin is glancing around nervously. I let out a shaky laugh. You're kidding me, right? Are you sure you're okay, Alice? This summer on the bay, you were with an Arthur. You broke up 2 or 3 weeks after. You never introduced us to any Jean-Baptiste. Robin nods in agreement. I don't understand. I don't remember any Arthur. My head is spinning. I stand up. Spots dance in front of my eyes. Robin rushes to catch me by the shoulder. Alice, you're scaring me. Are you alright? Yes, I need some air. I turn and hurry through the brasserie. Behind me, I hear Marie say to Robin, let her go. We'll call her tomorrow. Then I'm out in the street. Cool night air helps me collect my thoughts. A little further away on the sidewalk, I make out the familiar shape of Jean-Baptiste. He's smoking a cigarette. The Jean-Baptiste that I know had stopped smoking. We stopped together. I fumble in my coat pocket, pull out a packet of, this is some kind of French cigarette that I don't know. That I won't even try to pronounce. Half empty. It shouldn't be there. There's no rational explanation why I should have a packet of smokes on me. Unless Jean-Baptiste has seen me. He smiles at me. I can't stay here staring at him from a distance. I have to take a decision, but I don't know if I should turn away or go and talk to him. I hesitate. Look. I think we're going to go on a full no Jean-Baptiste run this time. We're gonna avoid all the Jean-Baptistes. There's no point in hurting anyone. I'm sure Jean-Baptiste won't recognize me. I go up the road in the opposite direction. The first thing I do when I get back to the apartment is to bolt the door behind me. I had the feeling of being followed on my way home. Probably being a bit paranoid, but well, who knows? Somebody breaking into my home during the night would really just top my day off. Second thing I need to do is to go into the bedroom and open Jean-Baptiste's sides of the closet. I'm not particularly surprised to find it full of my old clothes, things that I thought that I'd gotten rid of. I go out to the balcony and light a cigarette. As I stand musing, I look at the apartment, and I'm aware of a number of small differences that I hadn't noticed earlier in the day. There's no phone charger or small coins in the bowl on the dresser in the hall. The old games console, which had never been plugged back in since the move, is no longer on its shelf under the TV. The big photo of New York has been replaced by a tattered old poster for a regional rock music festival. The record, though, still dominates the kitchen table, exactly where I left it earlier in the day. It seems impossible, but it's as if by putting the 45 on the turntable, I'd truly returned to my past. As if by choosing to run after Ulysses the night we broke up, I hadn't met Jean-Baptiste at the bar. As if I'd returned to a present where I'm single, where Jean-Baptiste and I never met. I could try listening to the record again to get to the bottom of this, but I'm afraid of making things worse. If it really does have the power to change my past, it could have catastrophic consequences on my life. What do they call that? The butterfly effect? I hope Mark will help me to clear all this up. At least he should be able to tell me what's happened to Ulysses. I grab my phone and leave an apologetic message for Marie, assuring her that everything's fine, that I'm sorry I slipped away so early. Then I crush out the cigarette and crawl under my covers in hopes of sleep. Saint Michel. Well, probably I should end the episode here. So, before we meet Mark, before we get into this investigation of what's going on, but we know we've definitely somehow went back in time and changed the past. But like I said, we're gonna go a full Ulysses run here. We're staying away from Jean-Baptiste, and we're gonna try to jump back into time and get back together with Ulysses. That's my goal here. So, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you again next time.